Hey guys, and welcome back to the Fans Perspective. And today's video, I'm going to be making my prediction of the Premier League table 2022-23. And yes, I understand predicting the Premier League every season is like throwing a dart blind at a dartboard, but nevertheless, we're giving it a go. Last season, I didn't react to my prediction, but let's just say it didn't do very well. Nevertheless though, I hope you guys do enjoy the video, and if you do enjoy the video at any point, if you don't mind smashing that like button and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you know when the video goes live. We just hit 1,007 subscribers, I can't thank you guys enough, and also the last two videos, especially the one that I did on holiday, are doing really well, hitting 1,500 views, which videos that aren't vlogs are doing really well for me. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. As with every single table prediction, you always have to start off with last position. And I'm sorry, Bournemouth fans, I'm going with Bournemouth. Yes, Dominic Solanke had a monster of a season last season, getting, I believe, 36 goal contributions in just under 47 games. But nevertheless, I wouldn't say he's Premier League quality. He's proven that time and time again. And considering, as you can see, you haven't strengthened the squad, you're one of the only clubs not to buy a player unless you count free transfers. And yeah, they just seem like they want to just get that parachute payment again. So, sorry Bournemouth fans, but you are the bottom of the table. In 19th place, I've gone for another promoted side. I've gone with Fulham. And this one, it hurts me a little bit because I'm one of those people that believe Fulham can have a good season. And I want to be the guy that believes in Mitrovic. Because yes, he's a Premier League flop. But when you're breaking records and getting numbers like Mitrovic did last season, it's hard not to back the boy. They seem to be in great form and absolutely rampant in the Championship last season. The manager seems to be on the bounce as well after what happened with Watford and Everton. But when you're selling players like Carvalho and Anguissa for such small prices and bringing in the likes of Pereira, even though Palhinha seems like a decent signing, I just don't think they're that ready to stay up in the Premier League yet. Maybe give them 1 or 2 seasons. But yeah, 19th, I've got Fulham. In 18th place, I'm dropping a bit of a bombshell, but it's quite a simple one for me. I've got Everton. Frank Lampard, I once called him a great manager, and yes, I've noticed I've been proved completely wrong. He's been tactically outplayed at Everton. They've sold the likes of Richarlison for £52 million. Fair play, I don't know how they've done that, but they couldn't really afford to lose him after his important goals last season. When you got Tom Davies and Calvert-Lewin doing fashion shoots more than you have goals in the Premier League, it's not really a good shout. And their defence kind of does look Championship quality, with the likes of Tarkowski, which yes, he's a good player, but they got him on a free, and obviously Burnley just went down to the Championship. You have Keane, and also unless Pickford picks up his form, excuse the pun, he's not going to get his England place back anytime soon. Just surviving relegation, I have Ralph Hasenhüttl's men, Southampton. I think every single season they can afford a massive loss, or we're talking 6-7-0. And as well as that, they might have spent £50 million this window, but 2 of those signings, 20 mil, is from the Man City Academy. I think that Banzunu guy is a very, very good goalkeeper, but obviously it's quite hard to tell. And the fact they haven't made sales either, I think Ralph Hasenhüttl could leave the club early in the season, and Southampton could be left wishing they had something different. In 16th place, I've put Brentford. Yes, we've got a solid goal scorer at the club, but when you're losing the likes of Christian Eriksen on a free, it was his decision to go to Man United, but you're losing a lot of quality in the midfield. Granted, they have signed Strakosha, who's a very, very decent goalkeeper on a free, and he's played Champions League and Europa League football. And we've got Ben Mee, a solid centre-back. He puts in loads of Brexit challenges, but the signing of the summer for them would be Aaron Hickey. He's meant to be the next Robertson and a decent fee as well. But just saying, compared to the rest of the squads in the league, I think it's quite kind of me to put them in this level. I'll be honest, I could be doing this injustice because I do rate Potter ball, but Brighton are next up for me just because they've sold Basuma for a lot less money than they could have got. Granted, he had 1 year left on his deal, but 27 million quid for one of the best midfielders in the league, let alone the world right now, is quite poor. They've spent a bit of money bringing in players who I don't really know too much about, so I'm not going to rank them too highly. But yeah, Graham Potter, the hipster's favourite, he could do better, but that's where he's going for me. Next up, we have Leeds United under Jesse March. Obviously, a rebuild for the new Leeds team, and they've spent a lot of money, but they've also got a lot of money as well. Obviously, selling Calvin Phillips and Rafinha for about £100 million, and they've invested that straight away into £100 million of young talent. Sinistera, I think, could be a baller on the wing, as well as 2 Americans and Mark Roca from Bayern Munich. I've got a bit of a vengeance against Tyler Adams, but that's for a football manager reason, so we don't go into that. And yeah, apart from that, the only reason I don't think they're going to do too well is because, firstly, I don't rate their defence and their goalkeeper, and secondly, when you're making this many signings, it could be quite hard to gel. Little bit of a surprise one here. Next up, I have gone with Nottingham Forest. Yes, they don't have Jed Spence anymore, with him only being a loan signing and him going to Tottenham. But who better than Nico Williams? He's not got the best profile at the moment, but a decent price, 18 million for a young fullback, as well as Omar Richards from Bayern Munich. So they've actually signed a gunsman up top as well. But the thing that you have to think about is they sold Bryce Sandberg, he didn't want to be at the club. And who else do you bring in but Dean Henderson, the man that got Sheffield United to almost European football. And then finally, Jay Lings. I think they could have a great season, but I'm not going to hype them up too much. Just above them, we have Crystal Palace. You can always trust Crystal Palace to get a mid-table finish, especially under Patrick Vieira. I think he's do well for all these techie ballers. They haven't really done much this window, but they got a strong squad. Bringing in Sam Johnston for rotation and goal, even though I do rate Gaeta. And their defence is absolutely amazing. I think Mark Gurley's a solid centre-back, but the only thing they might struggle a little bit is they're losing their Player of the Year, Conor Gallagher, on loan back at Chelsea, unless they sign him on loan again, which could be good for them. Just not making it into the top half of the table, we have Aston Villa. Being managed by Steven Gerrard, I do think they're going to struggle a little bit this season, but when you've got the quality on the pitch like they do, you can see him just outweighing that. The likes of Diego Carlos signing at centre-back, that's an emphatic signing, replacing the likes of Tyrone Mings. We have Coutinho signing on a permanent, Boubacar Kamara in the midfield, Olsen as a backup goalkeeper, to back up one of the best goalkeepers in the league already, I believe. Yeah, so this squad depth is getting unreal. We just got to see if Steven Gerrard can really get it with the big boys this season. Wolves did a little bit worse than last season, but I feel they're still going to get top half. They brought in a young starting centre-back, Nathan Collins, but they've also lost a few players on free transfers for the likes of Roman Saiz, as well as loaning out Fabio Silva, which clearly didn't work out. They've made a few more signings permanent, but other than that, the likes of Ruben Neves staying will be a big push. But I just think a few teams will be a bit higher than this season. In ninth place, I've put Leicester City. They've done nothing in the transfer window, but you cannot question the strength of their squad. They're again almost European football, all European football when they have massive injuries. They got Wesley Fofana coming back to full strength. Jamie Vardy's another year older, but he's still bagging goals. James Maddison's had a good pre-season, and depending if they keep Castor Schmeichel, they could have a very strong season. But I'm seeing him linked away to the French division, just as today. Okay, so this could be a bit ambitious, but I'm saying Newcastle United will have a push for Europe this season. They've made their first statement signing, Sven Botman, from the French league, and they beat him to his signature against a lot of high European clubs. They've also brought in the likes of Nick Pope, who is one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League, I believe. He's making save after save. He just needs to work on his distribution, and they made a lot of other Brexit signs as well since, obviously, Newcastle had the takeover. I believe in Eddie Howe. I think he's a great manager, and he will do them well, but I think they might need that next coach just to take them to the next level. But if they keep making signings like this and they carry on their form, this could be a very good year for Newcastle United. I'm putting my neck on the line for this one. The Europa Conference League spot is going to Manchester United. They've signed Eriksen on a free, which is an excellent footballer, Paul Pogba replacement. Tyrell Malacia, who's obviously Ten Hag's choice for left back, and another Ajax player, obviously from the Dutch league, I do apologise. We have Martinez. He's a very small centre-back. He's had a lot of memes against him, but I think he will do well partnering in the defence with the likes of Harry Maguire, who could have a redemption season. The only reason I don't think they're getting top six, however, is because, yes, he's had a great pre-season, but when you've got a front three of Jadon Sancho, Rashford and Anthony Martial, and you're possibly losing the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, I can't see him having a great season. But Ten Hag could surprise me and you as well. Sixth place and Europa League football, we have got West Ham United. I think they're having a great season. 31 million, Agard from the French division. He's going to be a great centre-back, obviously partnering Dawson and Kurt Zuma possibly as well. They got great goalkeeping options, signing Areola on a permanent alongside Fabianski, which I believe is a great goalkeeper. And the signings for up front, it could be absolutely amazing. Filip Kostic, one of my favourite players in world football. The stamps don't lie. He's better than Trent. And obviously Samaka as well for their forward options. He's 6 foot something. He's a legend of a footballer, young man, and he's going to score a lot of goals. Watch this space. In fifth place, I put Tottenham Hotspur. Now, Tottenham fans, don't hate me. This is not a bias against the club. Jed Spence is a good signing, but I don't think he'll improve your defence that much. Then we got Perisic. Yes, another great accomplished player, but he's a bit older. I don't know if he's going to play every single game of the season. We've got Longley, dead centre-back in my opinion. Basuma, great signing. World-class footballer, I'll let you off that. But I'm just saying, if Heung-min Son or Harry Kane go down injured, you could be worried, because then you have to start the likes of Richarlison. And I do not rate Richarlison one bit. He might have saved Everton last season, but he's Everton quality. He has got the tactical ability of Stuart Downing, and he's got the mindset of Neymar Jr. That's all I'm saying. But there you go, 5th place for Tottenham. Making the top 4, we have Arteta's Arsenal. They've sold a lot of dead wood like Lacazette, but they've also loaned out quality talent like Austin Trusty to Birmingham City. And the lights that they brought in are absolutely amazing players. Gabriel Jesus, an absolute baller from Man City, alongside his teammate Zinchenko, who can play all over the pitch. And I just think him, as well as the other signings like Vieira and the likes of Saka, Martinelli and Odegaard, are going to ball out this season like they did demolishing Chelsea in pre-season. But yeah, I think that's why I think they're going to go on top of Tottenham Hotspur. But yeah, apart from that, I don't think they're going to make that next gap, but I think their goals, again, definitely put them in a good position. 3rd place, we have Chelsea. This one's got to come from the heart, okay? We've lost a lot of players this season. We've lost our best defender, Antonio Rudiger. He's gone to Real Madrid. We're most likely losing our captain, our left back. We've lost Romelu Lukaku, who I'm glad you can leave, mate. We bought him for 100 million, and he's arguably one of the worst signings in Premier League history. And I was fully on the Romelu Lukaku train. I even wrote an article about him. But yeah, okay, we brought in some great football players. Raheem Sterling, don't care what you say about him. Tapping merchant, he's still got over 100 goals in the Premier League. We brought in Koulibaly, one of the biggest and best centre-backs in world football. And we're also on the verge of making a few other signings as well. I just think the quality of a defence, best goalkeeper in the Premier League, bias, yes I know. Best right back in the Premier League, bias, yes I know. But yeah, we've got a great squad, the likes of Mateo Kovacic in the middle, and I think Raheem Sterling will get some goals. I was sad to see Timo Werner go, but he's a tapping merchant as well, and he misses them. So yeah, that is it. 3rd place for Chelsea, and we both know what the top 2 are. 2nd place, and of course this decides the video, I've put Liverpool. Okay, Jurgen Klopp, he's a great manager, and I think he'll do great things for Liverpool again this season, but it's just not at Man City's level. Darwin Núñez, I think he will score a lot of goals. A lot of people have been doubting after his pre-season performances, and they've lost the likes of Sadio Mane, who's been a crucial member of their squad. Firmino's linked away as well. But when they're making 75 million quid for Sadio Mane and Deadwood, it's a great, well-run club. And another reason why I think they will get 2nd and not drop off to 3rd after losing Mane is because they've liked of Diego Jota, who can't get minutes. They've got Diaz, who I think will shine this season. Núñez will be a bit slow, I believe. Firmino's like a 3rd choice striker. And of course, the 2nd best player in the Premier League at the moment, Mohamed Salah. He scores 20 goals waking up in the morning, and he could hit 30 if he really wanted to as well. Making it top of the list for the 3rd video in a row, funnily enough, another trophy in the bag for Manchester City. I'll be honest, I'm a bit biased. I love watching them play. Pep Guardiola football is amazing. They've got the best player in the league. Some could say one of the best players in the world, definitely the best midfielder in the world in Kevin De Bruyne. Once you got him making passes, anyone's easy to finish. But when it's easy for anyone to finish, and you sign Erling Haaland, who's going to get 20 goals this season, easy, that's guaranteed. They've got, I think it's Martinez, the Argentinian striker. I do blame, sorry if I got that wrong. He's another goal scoring genius. He's got 30 goals last season in the Argentinian league. And then you're bringing in the likes of Calvin Phillips, one of the best mid-20s English midfielders who got to the final of the Euros of England. The midfield is stacked, the attack is stacked, the defence is stacked, and they've still managed to make 200 quid off their academy, Raheem Sterling, Zinchenko, everything else as well. Fair play to Manchester City. Gabriel Jesus, a very well-run club, and you deserve the trophy for at least a couple more seasons. Yeah, I can't see it going any other way. So, now you can see it, that is the finished table. And that is it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do apologise if it was a bit longer than usual. As you can tell, it's quite hard to depict every single team in the league in just a short video, but I'll try and edit it down to as reasonable as I can for you guys. Once again, if you did enjoy the video, if you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, as you can see on screen, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, join the family. And let's hope this video gets as much support and appreciation from you guys as it did the last couple. There will be a lot of vlogs coming very soon. I'm going to be trying to go to as many games as possible. I've already booked in 4 tickets. Hope we can get another 5 or so more this month, but it really depends when I'm free. And yeah, without further ado, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.